Hi everyone, in this lesson we are going to continue with our look at how to play Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 by Pink Floyd. In this video we are going to focus on the solo, so we're going for a close-up and get straight to it. Okay, so the first phrase is this. Okay, so for this we're going to pull off 13 to 10 on the B string, play 12 of the G string, 10 on the B, bend 12 of the G up a whole tone, 10 on the top E, and then bend 13 of the G up a whole tone, and then do a couple of double stops on the B string and the G string at the 10th fret. Slide that away. Okay, we then have this. Okay, so for this we're going to bend the 13 on the B string up a whole tone, and then we're going to bend it again, but this time we're going to bend it 2 tones. So we're going to go all the way from C to E, so the same note as on the 17th fret. Okay, so that'll give you, release it, pull off 13 to 10 on the B string, grab 12 on the G string, then bend that up a whole tone. Okay, we're then going to rake across the A and the D string muted, and then catch the 10th fret of the G and pull it off to 9. Then grab 12 on the D string, 9 on the G, then slide 10 to 12 on the D string, then get 12 on the G, then 12 again on the D string, and then play a double stop at the 10th fret of the B and the G strings. Okay, now we're going to do a series of double stops on the 10th fret again, the same 2 strings, the B and the G, and then each time grabbing the 12th fret of the D afterwards, so like this. Okay, so we then grab 12 on the B and the G string, pull that off to the 10. And then bend those 2 notes slightly out of tune. Okay, so that whole section will sound like this. Okay, we now have this. Okay, so here we're going to do a rake from the 12th fret. We're going to have our 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the D string, and then put our 1st finger barring across the G, B and top E at the 10th fret, and we're going to rake across those, but we're going to do it quickly. Okay, and sort of pulling off as we go. What you don't want is, you don't want it to become a chord. You want to play each string one at a time. Sort of, when you play one string, you let the pick rest on the next string. And also you notice I'm sort of rolling my hand as I go to take the notes away. You can also, by the way, when you do that, you can sort of mute it out a little bit as well. Then you bend the 13th fret of the top E up a whole tone and release it. You then bend the 13 on the B string. Okay, and this is quite a complex bend. You're going to bend 1 tone, then another tone, and then another semitone. So the bend will be effectively 13, 15, 17, 18, 13, 15. Okay, those are the notes you'll be bending into. Okay, so more or less. Okay, and then you end that with a sort of a percussive mute. Okay, so that whole section then. Okay, the next section then goes like this. Okay, so here we're going to bend 12 of the G up a whole tone. We're then going to play 10 on the B, then on the E. Pull off 13 to 10 on the B string, then 12 on the G string. Then we're going to bend 12 up a whole tone and release it. Play 10 on the G, pull off 12 to 10 on the G again there, then play 12 on the D. Then play 10 on the G again, bend it slightly out of tune, grab 12 on the D string. Then we're going to pull off 12 to 10 on both the D and the G strings. Then go to 12 on the A, 10 on the A, 12, pull off to 10 on the A, slide that back to 8, then pull off 10 to 8 on the A, pull off 10 to 8 now on the low E, play 10 on the low E twice, back to 8 on the A, pull off 10 to 8 on the E string, play 10 on the E string, and slide it away. Okay, the next section sounds like this. Okay, so here we're going to slide onto 7 of the D string, play 5-7 on the G, then hammer 5 to 6 and pull straight off again on the B string, then play 7 on the G, then pull off 7 to 5 on the G, 7 now on the D, then go to 5 on the G string, bend that up a whole, half a tone, play 3 on the B string, then pull off 7 to 5 on the G, and then grab 6 on the B string, and then bend it up a whole tone. Okay, we then have this. Okay, so that's a very similar kind of bend to before. We've got a full tone bend and release on the 13 of the B. And then we're going to restrike it and then do the same kind of bend going up a whole tone and then another and then releasing it down. Okay, then we have this phrase. Okay, so for this we are raking again across the D and the G string, but they need to be muted out. And then we are bending the 20th fret of the B string up a whole tone. We're then going to pull off from the 18th fret to the 15th fret. We're then going to slide on the G string up to the 19th fret, then grab 18 on the B. Then we're going to bend that 20th fret on the B up again, and we're going to go sort of up and down 3 times. Leave it there for a second, restrike the string, bend it down, pull off, and then get 19 on the G. Okay, we're then going to do this. Okay, so for this we're bending the 18th fret of the top E string up a whole tone. And then we're going to bend the 20th fret of the E string up a whole tone. And then we're going to pull off 20 to 17 twice. And when you're doing those bends again, you can rake into them again if you want. So you actually do that one twice, don't you? Yeah, so it's 2 on the 18, 1 on the 20th, and then do those 2 pull-offs. Okay, we then have this. Okay, so this is a double stop on the 10th fret. And notice that I'm going to be putting in some sort of percussive mutes in between the double stops. Okay, so the rhythm, it's like this. So I'm sort of going down, doing a percussive mute, and then an upstroke, another upstroke percussive mute, and then a downstroke again on the 2 of them. Bend it slightly out of tune again before hitting the 12th fret of the D string. We then have this. Okay, so here sliding 12 to 14 on the D string, grabbing 13 on the B, and I sort of want those ringing together for a second, and then I'm going to get a couple of percussive mutes, and notice I'm hovering my first finger here over the 12th fret, so I'm just going to do a down up percussive mute, and then I've got similar kind of rhythm before, down, percussive mute, and up, percussive mute, down, and then slide back. Okay, we then have, okay, so again a percussive mute on the D and the G, and then 12th on the D. Slide that away, we then have this, which is 10 on the A, 8, 10, 8, 10 on the low E, and slide that away. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.